Once upon a time, in a far-off land, there lived a mighty Viking warrior named Erik. He was known throughout the land for his bravery in battle and his incredible strength. He had a long beard, a fierce look in his eye, and a sword that he carried with him wherever he went. One day, as Erik was walking through the forest, he heard a faint sound. It was a child's cry. Erik followed the sound until he came upon a small boy named Sven. Sven was lost and alone, and he didn't know how to get back to his village. Erik could see that Sven was frightened, so he decided to help him. He picked Sven up and carried him on his back, all the way back to his village. Along the way, Erik told Sven stories of the great battles he had fought and the adventures he had been on. Sven was amazed by Erik's bravery and strength, and he listened to every word he said. He asked Erik many questions about his sword, his armor, and the battles he had fought. Erik was happy to answer Sven's questions and to tell him more stories of his adventures. When they finally arrived at Sven's village, the people were overjoyed to see him. They had been searching for him for days, and they were worried that he had been captured by the enemy. But when they saw Erik, they knew that Sven was in good hands. The village chief thanked Erik for bringing Sven back safely and invited him to stay for a feast. Erik was happy to accept the invitation, and he spent the night feasting and telling more stories of his adventures. The villagers were in awe of Erik's bravery and strength, and they were grateful for all he had done for Sven. As the night wore on, Erik noticed that the children of the village were gathered around him, listening intently to his stories. He realized that he had a gift for storytelling, and that he could use this gift to inspire and entertain the children of the village. And so, from that day forward, Erik would often visit the village and tell stories to the children. He would tell tales of heroic battles, of dragons and monsters, and of his adventures on the high seas. Sven, who had once been lost and afraid, now looked up to Erik as a great role model and friend. Erik became known as the village hero, and he was loved by all who knew him. He continued to inspire generations of young children to be brave, strong, and kind, just like him. And so, the legend of Erik the Viking lived on, a symbol of bravery and adventure for all who heard his stories.